Twitch is lame, bro. They should let chicks, you know,
let the titties fly, dude.
Bro, it's good business for everybody, isn't it?
It's good for everyone.
So something that's been pretty big everywhere, everyone's kind of talking about it, is G4 got shut down.
Oh.
You guys remember G4? You guys know G4?
I'm not too familiar with G4. What is that?
The gaming.
Are you a nerd?
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Could you tell?
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
I'm a nerd.
Really?
Oh, you're a fake ass nerd. Not like a jock, but like nerd, like games, techie, gaming, I guess.
Oh, gaming. This is the guy.
Pentium
I didn't know you gamed.
processor.
He games. This guy games.
Pentium processor.
Mods and shit,
Too
dude.
deep in that world, but yeah, so
Bro, video cards, dude. Fucking
Video.
Are you just naming?
Cried at the end of Final Fantasy when he finished it. Was it FF6?
10.
FF10. When he finished FF10, you're like,
That's the last time I cried.
That's sick.
I never even played those games, but I know all about them.
Stoned through every other major event. But yeah, so G4, really big network back in the day that, you know, put gaming on a different spotlight, did a lot of gaming content, had some good shows. And so they launched originally 2002, and then they actually stopped 2014. And then they did the big relaunch where they were bringing it back, and that was
With all the OG people.
yeah. And then Gina from here went there, and then within a year of their relaunch, they're now done again.
Did it go to television or was it on
Yeah.
stream?
It
Because
was
I know
on-
it's streaming as well.
Yeah, it kind of depends, because I know that like I could get it on my Vizio TV for like Vizio Watch. You know, like the TV that channels that come.
Yeah.
They had that there. I'm not sure where else you could find it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know, that's a little harder to just run into it. But then they did do a lot of YouTube content and everything, and the budget looked huge. The shows were great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
What was the
program
other dude? They had like an ex-wrestler, didn't they? I don't want to fuck up his name. It wasn't Kofi.
Bulk Bogan?
Oh, maybe.
Bogan.
I don't want to fuck up his name.
I think it was a WWE wrestler who was like a nerd.
Oh, I don't know.
He's like wears Omar's tees. He wears some of
he
our
does?
buddies' tees. Yeah, he's like
Oh,
a mega
cool.
nerd, and I think he retired from wrestling and came on those shows too. Like they had like power behind it. Like they had like celeb power.
Yeah, they had strong stuff. They gave a lot of like internet personalities their own legit shows.
Yeah.
Scott the Wise had his own show. There were a lot of good stuff. Classically, my favorite thing to watch on G4 back in the day was this thing. I don't know if you remember this. Street Fury.
What?
It was all about like import cars and import models.
That is sick.
Wow.
You never saw this stuff?
Ryan
Such a
thing to
right.
do.
I was just about to
So
say that.
That's my type.
G4.
Whoever she is, that's my type.
Find this girl
Yeah,
for Mike.
that's
dude.
my type.
red
Whatever that
line.
is.
This is like the type of posters you have in your room.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
do you follow
That's
Kayla on Instagram?
Kayla, that's it? Her name
Kayla Yu.
Oh, Kyla
Yeah,
Yu.
yeah.
No,
She's
yeah.
doing a thing on where are they now?
I know. I
Of
saw
former import
someone sent
models.
us that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That's a really cool thing. But yeah, G4 within, and the sucky thing is, you know, that's 47 people that are being laid off from G4 closing. A lot of them didn't find out about it until the world found out. Like they released like a statement, and then that's how they knew.
Like they're finding out right now from this video?
Kinda. It was like yesterday or the day
Yeah,
before.
it was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, and the CEO like just like tweeted like a tweet longer. It was like
Yeah, tweet longer. Yeah.
That sucks. I hate it when I see those things.
Sucky way to find out. Yeah.
Yeah, like they can't just like 5 minutes before goes, hey, like there's gonna be a press release that
FYI.
yeah, we all lost our jobs.
Ninja Warrior was on that channel.
Ninja Warrior.
really?
Yeah, American
Oh,
Ninja
when it
Warrior.
first came out, yeah.
American Ninja Warrior's
right.
on there. Yeah.
What if they're experiencing a much bigger level of us where like their ads get pulled too?
Well, that's exactly what happened. Their main investor was Comcast, and they pulled out.
Wow.
Yeah, in my head, it's just a television issue, right? When you talk about any shows you're watching, it's like Netflix originals now, HBO originals,
Yeah, it's all
even
streaming
Prime.
services,
Yeah.
And who knows what the real like actual issue is, but the one that kind of like a lot of other people are saying it is that are sort of in that world. One of the main things is that viewership was too low for how much they were spending because the production, when you look at the show, they're like legit shows. Like, yeah.
They look like the old G4.
Exactly. It kind of. I thought it looked even better. I was like, dude, this is like made for like now, and it was like powering through. But when it comes to gaming, it's like most kids just watch gamers. Like
They
it's,
watch streams, yeah.
it's not really like it's very like to do long form and like old school format. Even if you're like kind of rebranding it for the new school, still, how do you compete with a kid who has more people watching him and he's spending zero to sit there and play his games and that you get the genuine connection from that. You know?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Especially on Twitch where some people are just taking baths, you know, and people watch that.
Hot tub.
What a great segue.
You do bath content?
I'm trying to make Yeah.
If
trying to grow
you're
viewership.
if you're gonna start doing it,
Trying to grow a view.
I just learned about this yesterday.
Oh really?
Story.
Yeah, the hot
I had no
tub
idea.
streams.
Hot tubs.
Yeah.
So they just take baths, or they're playing games.
It's not a bath. It's they're sitting in a hot tub.
So the what issue was
taking
is
baths.
the issue here with the hot tubs is that they were locking down on like nudity and anything like that. So and then it was like some sexism stuff where like guys were allowed to be shirtless, ladies weren't. So like, all right, you can only be in that environment or that outfit if you're in that environment. So you can't just be wearing a bikini streaming games. That's
Right.
what they were doing, and then guys would do whatever, and they're like, you have to be at a beach, a pool, whatever. So then
She brings her whole setup to so I'll show that.
opposite, they do a blow up. They do a
Or
blow up
green
pool.
screen, yeah.
They do a blow up pool, and they just sit in their living room
Dude,
naked.
Twitch is lame, bro. They should let chicks,
Let the
wear-
titties fly, dude.
Bro, it's good business for everybody, isn't it?
It's good for everyone.
It's good for
Almost.
Who's it bad for? Tell me right now. Who's it bad for?
But you know, a lot of them for some reason shut down though. Like Tumblr shut down their porn nudity. There's a thing called Africa TV in Korea that was huge. Like content creators were making like
Africa TV.
Afri.
Jeez, why were you upset about that?
Yeah. He was pissed.
I just want to know how it was spelled, just because of curious.
Yeah, it's Afri. Like,
It's got a K.
their content creators working like 45,000 a week. Whoa. But then they stopped their nudity stuff.
Remember when OnlyFans did?
Yeah, the OnlyFans, they always.
That was funny. They stopped it for like a day.
But they do that. Like Tumblr, they all, for some reason, at some point go, hey, you know what?
You can't be naked on Patreon?
No, you can't, yeah. Patreon,
Like actual?
I think Patreon, you can
thought-
pay for it.
I thought no. That's what made OnlyFans its thing. Where like OnlyFans, I don't know who the creator, I never heard his interviews or anything, but I imagine he was just making a platform similar to Patreon, but then he never ruled the nudity, and then it became pseudo porn or soft porn. Where I don't think Patreon you can
I've never heard of that.
wow.
I don't think you can show pee or nothing on Patreon.
Yeah, no.
That's what everybody's trying to sign up for. That's why it starts with a P.
I was trying to say, no, not pee, but PP, you know, like, it's just more innocent when you say it that way.
I feel like Patreon's way more clean.
Thank you for explaining.
Bro, I was just trying to light it in there, like, yo, y'all trying to see some dick on Patreon? PP,
And he
you know?
just ended up saying it anyway. It's all good.
Look what they bring out of me.
Yeah, dude. He's
I'm trying to be YouTube friendly, making some cash over here.
Now I gotta go to Twitch with a hot tub.
I know, next time you invite me, if you're like, hey, we're gonna have a hot tub, I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna look like.
Well, yeah, G4 is a good channel, but again, like seeing it and seeing the budget that goes into it, they probably just had such a high threshold for what they needed to hit in order to maintain that investor. Dang. I mean, but that's fucking hard, man.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to do new school content with an old school vehicle, which is tough right now.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like when you watch it, it's not bad. Like it is good. It's just how do you get people over there?
Yeah.
You know, it's the main thing. Right?
You probably just signed a contract with Netflix or something, right? You pitch more of a series than a TV channel, and that's how you get up in.
That's the thing is with kids watching it, because right now, like, their attention span is, 5 to 10 seconds? And then these shows are, I imagine,
Well, it
like, at least
depends because
20,
there's
30
also
minutes.
kids that watch 24-hour streams.
Yeah, it's actually we're just getting more extreme.
Kids are able to watch the same thing over and over and over and over again. That's
Yeah.
one thing that's always been true. So like you
And on demand too. Versus
Yeah.
TV, it's like when you turn it on, you're just stuck. Either you start from the middle of the show or at the end of the show. You can't control. Versus I want to watch the beginning now.
I think their attention span is short with advertising. So if their attention span is short with getting them to know about a certain product. So like if you don't get to the fucking point that you should watch this thing within the first 5 seconds, they're already somewhere else.
Yeah.
But if they know they like it, they don't want to fucking move from that shit. Like they have such strong allegiances to people like Ludwig or like Ninja. They will never fucking turn their backs on like who they like, or even Mr. Beast. Like they know they like him. That's it. And you know once you get them there, that's good. But again, like the format's different when you follow individuals these days. Putting a program like G4, maybe there was a problem with that, or they never nailed how to do it. But it was arguably very good content.
What's a TV channel that's made it? Like, what's the newest TV channel?
Maybe like Spike or something.
Yeah, Spike's what pops in my head.
Is Spike
And that's like
falling
what
apart?
20?
Maybe Barstool TV if that exists as like a channel.
I don't think any like TV wise. I just really don't think there's a market for that anymore.
It depends. When's the last time you turned on TV and what were you watching?
I love.
It's
TV.
usually sports.
I love TV.
What do you normally?
I don't have TV, but I love it. I feel like the movie when I'm scrolling. This might get a little, spiritual, but I feel like when I'm scrolling, I feel like the movie chose me.
I fucks with that. When a movie pops up and it just happens to be there, I can enjoy it more than if I'm like, I wouldn't choose this movie right now, but it's on, so I gotta watch it.
I can't choose a movie.
Yeah.
So like for instance, if you go on Samsung TV, a lot of the channels that we watch are things like there's a channel where it's just kitchen nightmares 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
There's one where it's just wilding out 24 hours a day. It's a lot of the same shit. There's a People Are Awesome channel where it's just that. There's a Fail Blog channel where it's just that. But you don't really get a lot of channels that have like a variety of stuff coming at you. Even stuff that's game themed. There's a channel on Samsung TV that is nothing but a guy playing a game, just like Twitch.
Oh.
And he's playing the same game. So it's very different. It's like maybe the whole like variety pack of thing kind of doesn't sell as well as if you just give someone the fucking flaming hot Fritos all the time.
All day long.
But then I feel like new TV shows that do really well, they get packaged on like Netflix or like nowadays Hulu is like if it's network.
But the thing is, they are bingeable for a reason.
Yeah.
You are allowed to go through that whole shit if you're down to commit that time. I think that's a metric somewhere that somebody went, oh, people want this. Yeah. They don't want one episode, you know, like, and then you gotta wait. That's not ideal these days.
Yeah.
Didn't Cartoon Network just get bought up or die too?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. This week.
They just ended the Cartoon Network thing and it's being
like that.
absorbed into WB.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, man. But yeah, you gotta scale back or you gotta, you know, try something else.
So you have a Vizio TV and a Samsung TV?
Yeah, dude.
I noticed.
I did pretty well.
His net worth is
Flex.
Nice, dude.
This is two cheap ass TVs, yeah.